Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Nine Souls, where today I'm not 100% sure where we're going right away, but you know, we'll continue to check out the unmarked edges on our map. Let's see if we can get up here. There's some stuff we're still missing, but there's some stuff that we definitely have. Is this? Yeah, okay. This is, in fact, the place where we could not so recently. Okay, sloppy, a little sloppy. I got there, but it's all right. My damage will recover. Okay, and here's the hacking place. Okay, some messy work from me here for sure. But I'm still getting it done, you know. Okay, so that opens that up. And both of these directions loop back to places we have been fairly quick. Okay. I was moving downward a little too quickly there. A Solarian artifact. Okay. A sophisticated tool set crafted by the great craftsman of Ying. This is a must-have dream tool for even the most accomplished of craftsmen. Sure, we can give it to the kid, and then this connects to an area that we'd already been to. Alright. Well, let's double back, but I don't think we're actually finding anything else new here. I think this is just unlocking additional pathways. Ways to go around things. And maybe a little bit of extra treasure, you know. Nothing wrong with some extra treasure. And that is just, yeah, hop down to... Well... Not super helpful, actually. So we can run back to the node... I guess. There's nothing unexplored over here. Yeah, this stuff is all cleared out quite recently. There is stuff that we still can't get to here for our lack of jumping ability, and this is walled off even though it pretends not to be. Got in here and had a look at most of this. Yeah, I really wish that the game would be better about representing the places where a pathway is actually not available to you. Well, at the very least, let's go back to the pavilion. I don't think we want to be in the area we're in right now. So let's head back to the pavilion. Let's give Xuan Xuan another gift, maybe. We'll see about that piece of music, perhaps. I don't think we've made enough money. No, never mind. We've totally made enough money to buy some stuff. So we'll see about that as well. Where is the kid? Here we go. You're finally back. The performance can't start without an audience.
Huh?
What performance? The sheet music. You said to play something for you, so I practiced a lot. Oh, yeah, of course, I remember. You probably thought I wouldn't be able to handle it. Well, I thought you picked it up on a whim. No way, I practiced every day. Getting used to the new Solarian fingering wasn't easy. I can vouch for Xuan's daily practice. He is quite talented. I haven't been gone that long, y'all. What's weird about this piece is, the more you want to play well, the worse it sounds. It's almost like you need to just relax and accept it. Well, let me demonstrate. Nothing out of tune. What do you think, Yi? Was it good? Yi? Yi, don't tell me you weren't listening. Was I really that bad? It doesn't look like you enjoyed it. No, not at all. It was great. That familiar sound and tune. It was as if she was standing right there. Who do you mean? Abacus, keep a lid on it. Mercy, my lord. Please forgive my impulsiveness. Did you finish converting the score? Yes, I have uploaded it to your database. Let's leave it at that for now. Remember to stow the flute away when you're not using it so it doesn't get damaged by accident. Can I continue using it? I already gifted it to you. Oh, thank you, Yi. Okay, this is the main melody of an ancient ballad taken from the Daybreak Tower. It has endured the passage of time, and each note contains stories and secrets from the ancients. Okay, that is a playable melody. So, while we're here, first of all, let me do this. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff built up, actually. Can I... Okay, there's a recycle all button. It's interesting that it's a totally different button instead of just being an option in the recycling process. Oh, okay. Part of me wants to... I think I'm going to wait until we have a little bit more money. Let's maybe even go out and just farm a little bit more money off of relatively safe enemies, because 4K is the next pipe charge, and we're like right there. Let's give you something else. Here, grow this plant. Maybe. Whoa, is that a seed you're holding? Is it for me? That was my original plan. But now that I've brought it back, I'm not so sure. Why? I'll keep it alive this time, I promise. Really? The vegetables in your backyard never seem to last for long. Well, you got me there. I don't get it. The seasons always change so frequently, and before I even realize it, my crops always dry up. Look, I don't mind some dead crops. I just happen to remember that I picked this up from the greenhouse. Well, come on then. Let's plant it. This is such a big place, why not give it some greenery? I think it would look perfect in the courtyard, personally. Don't just make these decisions on your own. Without knowing what kind of plant it is, I feel like it's hard to say it would look perfect in the yard. That seed is as big as the palm of your hand. I bet it'll grow some really big fruits. I'm not sure. This came from Gumang, so I'm sure she put plenty of effort into it. She always takes it to the extreme. Once, in order to speed up her experimental process, she bred a scorpion to grow 3 times as fast. That little monster ended up crawling out of its incubator and swallowed everyone else's subjects. And that's why I don't really know what this will grow into. Well, this time I'll make sure to water it regularly so it'll grow big and healthy. Were you even listening? Fine, but if anything happens, you must get Abacus to contact me. You got it? Got it. If scorpions end up coming out of it, I'll cook them up for you next time. I mean, the kid's fearless. You gotta give him that. Here, let's just give him the rest of this stuff. I don't know why I'm holding on to all of it, like meeting it out over time. He's gonna have a lot to do while we're gone. Wow, you got me a stone grilling plate. No, this is a board used to play Kyankun. Kyankun? It's an ancient strategy game. We use it to model the order of the universe. The pieces represent different celestial bodies, and as the game develops, it reveals the complex web of balance and opposition in nature. Every move affects the entire board around it. It's just like how every one of our actions can affect others. Now, it sounds complicated. It will seem difficult at first, but once you get the hang of it, you'll be hooked by its intricacies. This is a great game for developing your logical thinking. I don't really understand when you put it that way. Can we just start playing? No, you don't even know the basic layouts. Look, forget it. That one feels like it did not land as much. Okay, we're still trying. Oh, you have a really big home. No wonder you kept complaining about the size of our village. What? New Kunlun? No, I wouldn't consider this place home. It's not? Then where did you come from? You remember those bedtime stories I used to tell? We Solarians, like those stories, all come from a planet called Penglai. Now, on that planet was a small nation named Jia. That's where I call home. Oh, so the stories about those huge pools of water were true. They're called oceans, and I was born not too far from one. In fact, we used to joke about landlubbers like you. That's not my fault. I had nowhere to practice. So, the place you grew up was even bigger than here. That's nice. The Peach Blossom Village wasn't even big enough to have a pond. Your ancestors actually came from a planet just as large as Penglai. It didn't have as much water as Penglai, but it was still covered in it. Really? Then why did everyone move to this tiny place? There was a situation in which we had to leave Penglai. As for the ape men, that's a long story for another time. Can you not say? Does it have to do with why you were injured? I read that super weird. Does it have to do with why you want revenge? Revenge? Who told you that? I'm just trying to pursue justice for my people and unmask those villains for all to see. Villains? What did they do? Pay attention to the game. When did all my pieces disappear? Did you really think those questions would be enough to distract me? I guess that backfired. Kyankun is so hard. Is there any way I can beat you? Well, who knows? Not knowing makes it worth pursuing. I get it. He's talking about himself. Here, I have some food. Care for some dessert? Dessert? Are you talking about this hard, dry biscuit? Oh, it smells nice and sweet, with a hint of tea, too. The one you're holding was the most sought-after bubble milk tea-flavored ration. Why would you turn it into bricks? Do you not like having normal food? This is an emergency ration. It's made to be portable in critical situations. Well, are there other flavors? Are there ones with fish in it? There are quite a few choices, but everyone has their own favorite. I prefer the savory ones because they pair well with alcohol. What are you doing? Wow, it's so tough. The old people with bad teeth in our village won't be able to eat this at all. No, you don't gnaw on it. You're supposed to soak it in hot water. Huh? Does it have to be hot water? Because I didn't boil any water. Will cold water work? Well, it will, but it won't taste very good. You're holding the very last box of bubble milk tea rations. You have no idea how valuable that is. There's only one box left. Well, then I'll hold on to it for now and wait for a special occasion to enjoy these rations. That's kind of sweet. Here, do you want this periodical? I brought you a storybook. Yay! This doesn't look like a storybook at all. This is what I used to read all the time. This volume left a particularly strong impression on me. The author describes teleological applications in such interesting ways. Oh, all these words and hardly any pictures. Did you really read this whole thing? Didn't you do more interesting things when you were a kid? Did you ever play with your neighbors? What are you implying? I had lots of friends. I just liked reading more. What is it about? The diagrams look like a bunch of weird lines and circles. Teleology is the basis for all modern Solarian technology. We use it to issue instructions to machines and build all sorts of complicated systems. It's like a language we use to talk to machines. It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah. You don't look that interested. Well, it's not that I don't like it. It's okay. You don't have to force yourself. Teleological theory and application doesn't sound like something a child would like anyway. I'll give it a try. Good. You should skip the introduction and go straight to Chapter 5 to learn the symbols. Once you have that down, go back and start from Chapter 1. So many words. Can I draw pictures for it? I don't know how that's going to help, but I mean, I guess so. Also, here's a toolkit. What do you have there, Yi? Don't get too excited. This isn't a toy. It's a multi-tool used by engineers to repair equipment. That's great. I happen to need some tools. Can I borrow it? No. What if you accidentally sliced off your own fingers? Oh, come on. I'm not going to do that. Did you forget? I made every single piece of furniture in our house. Let's see. What does this button do? Oh, a knife just popped out. And wow, it moves. Careful. This is a product of Ying. The blades are very sharp. Who's Ying? Ying isn't a person. It's a nation on Penglai, famous for their crafting. But that was a long, long time ago. All the great craftsmen have been in decline since the end of the turbulent era. The job of craftsman grew less and less popular. I have a friend who suffered a lot because of this. Well, I don't get it. People who can make stuff are super popular in the village. Our neighbor Ah Fang knew how to sharpen stones to make all sorts of tools. With her spears, even I could hunt down boars. We had lots of meat in the village back then. Well, some might ask, what if those spears were pointed not at boars, but at other people? I did cut my hand on a blade once, but it doesn't mean that we shouldn't use spears, or that we should look down on people who make them. My friend would be so happy if he were able to hear your words. Then, does your friend mind if I borrow this tool? No, fine. Just remember to hold it steady. Only use the blunt blades, and never point it at yourself when cutting. Okay. And don't press buttons with it, or let it touch electricity. Okay. Don't let it touch electricity is interesting. I'm going to be back. Well, actually, I think we buy the pipe charge from the machine anyway. But let's go back and just, like, kill 20 currency worth of enemies at the last node real quick here. It should not take too long. Also, you're around. Yeah, okay. I didn't take any time at all. I didn't realize how quickly we were banking stuff. All right, let's go buy our charge. We also very nearly have another skill point together. Create pipe file. Okay, excellent. At this point, I think what we want to do is probably just to head out. What are you guys up to? What are you making? Looky, this chair can lean back. I designed it. It's pretty cool, huh? I thought you were going to make a spear or something. I don't need a lounging chair. Well, why not? This chair can help you relax. Hey, kid, don't even think about calling that a finished product. You didn't even hook up the medicine cauldron to the legs. Was this a group project? When did you guys become friends? Well, I was just trying to make this chair, but Uncle Chubby kept... Okay. Uncle Chubby kept coming back to take... You monkey, this is my multi-tool. Didn't either of you see my name written on it? I did. That's why I took it. I never wanted to play house with an 8-man child, but the way this kid uses tools is totally deranged. My precious tools can't stand up to blood or rust. Got it? Uncle Chubby helped a lot with the joints. If it wasn't for him, the chair would have collapsed the moment someone sat on it. So, does this chair have any special features? Not really. It's just well made. Look, don't be like that. We all need a sense of ritual in our lives. Okay, next I want to make a bookshelf, a bed that can fly, and a pot that can cook on its own. A Ying craftsman can solve any problem you may have. What? I never agreed. Do you guys have a thing that helps you shower with the press of a button? Quit messing around and give me back my tools. Okay, well, it's nice to see they're getting along at least. And now, we have a place where we can rest. I still think it's probably not a great idea to smoke a pipe, but, you know. At least it's a magic future pipe with healing properties. But actually, the thing your lungs like most is air. Okay, so... the Cortex Center... When was the last time we were at the Cortex Center? What is the thing blocking the lower left? It was probably last episode, right? I probably looked into this recently, but my memory, it is for real so bad. Okay, it turns out we do, in fact, have access to this area. Some fancy machinery that seems not to be powered at all right now. Oh. And in fact, we cannot leave this way either. So, uh-oh. Something's going on. It's a mite disconcerting. Okay. Apparently I have some feelings attached to this area, maybe. Either that or something far worse is going on. That's not gonna work. There we go. That is a better jump. Oop. Okay, well. Ow. Damn it. So why is this here? Oh. Doesn't really seem necessary at all. It's a strange thing. Okay, and those respawn pretty quickly. Ow. I guess I ought to be running around charged up all the time like Mega Man, right? Like... really, there's no reason not to be. And it is certainly paying some dividends here. It would be kind of nice, honestly, if, like, having... If a charge attack like this were totally passive. You know, anytime you haven't fired for that long, whatever the charge up delay is, it's just your next attack is a power attack. Ah! Well, okay, that could have been a lot worse. Because having to hold the button down is a little annoying. I don't think I've ever seen a game implement it like that. And in some games, they limit the things you can do while you're holding down a power attack to discourage just always charging it forever. Doesn't seem to be the case in this one. Okay, so we had to go up first no matter what we were doing. Kunlun Immortal Portrait. This ancient watercolor painting is said to depict an immortal who appears in every age, sporting the same appearance. Interesting. That looks pretty. It's interesting given that this is like this highly technological facility, how much of it is unfinished cave. Oh, Okay. All right, I understand. I will admit to a little bit of surprise there. I did not think that was going to strike through deep enough to hit the archer. So let me check something here. Okay, no, it looks like I do actually have to land on it. I thought when we were moving over it to the left, it seemed like maybe just being in the air over it was enough, but I guess I must not have jumped as early as I thought I did. And I do think it's important to know. Hi. Okay, that's not super challenging as... Oh, jeez. I was so caught up in the spectacle of the area that I did not even notice that I was standing on a fire grate. Oh, okay, this does not actually remain a safe place. What is the point of the... What is the point of the little green bubble if it's not... If not that, you know? Alright, we need to cover so much ground again. What a run back. It does seem like it's quite a long time between firings of the Great Furnace, so it shouldn't be a problem for us to get around. Ah, damn it. These traps don't really make things any more dangerous. They just make for a more annoying run back. Alright, so we definitely want to just keep moving here. Uh-oh. That's no good. I was trying not to let my body drop down there for what I hope are obvious reasons. If I could have died in that middle platform, it would have been a lot better. All right, so we're just gonna have to haul ass, kind of ignore that sword guy in the middle. It doesn't seem like it's all that hard to cross, but it also doesn't seem like there's enough extra time for me to drop down where I dropped down and also come out okay. Yeah, this is gonna be an annoying run back, but I'm glad that we cashed in like basically all of our resources. Oh no. Can I get back here in time? Yeah, I'm still gonna die, but I will die here at least. Oh no, see, this time it didn't collapse. Well, what was different? Okay, and here we have a node. I don't need to rest. Can we buy... Yes, we do have enough skill points to buy enhanced bullet deflect, which is pretty whatever. We're just 2 skill points off of what seems like it's actually going to be a pretty valuable skill, at the very least, boss fight-wise. Ow. Okay. Let's take the time to be a little cautious. I would certainly like to see what's above us, but I think it might be the case that we can't get up there from the right. We might have to go left and like wrap around. So let's wait until it all goes off again and then try to make our way through here as quickly as possible. Excuse me. Okay, the deal is you have to keep hitting it to keep it live. I had not realized, just like fighting around it incidentally, I had not even realized that hitting it was how it opened up in the first place. I think they put an enemy on the first one you see with the intent that you will accidentally light it up as a way of showing you how to light it up, but it backfired a little bit in my case. Okay. Interesting. So those things only fire when the big furnace isn't on. There was that grappling hook point, but I don't believe I could have gotten up to the level above. I am kind of curious what's downward. Let's just see if we can stick our head in here real quick. No. Wah. Ah. Okay, that feels like poor sportsmanship. To respawn me on the thing already burning. Like... Yeah, okay, it was down. It was down and left from the point. Ah, shit. Did not wait to see where we were in the cycle before running into the area. And I did not mean to do that at all. That sucks. God damn it. They always wait. They wait until it would no longer be like you jump into the air ready to parry, and they wait however long it takes for you to think, is this thing ever going to fire? Alright, just let it... Yeah, that's very frustrating. I need to be fast in that area, but I also have to be like very... Oh, come on. Nope, absorb it, get it. Oh, okay. Delicious fruit. This one doesn't have writing associated with it. Alright, what am I doing with all this fruit? Small amount of skill points upon absorption, slightly increases slash and talisman damage. Okay. So every one of these we find is giving us immediate direct benefit. Well, I'm glad I went back for it, even if it was an annoying process. Okay, so that's up there. Ah! Can't scale the wall, turns out. Can I get this guy to come over here and fight me outside the furnace area? It looks like no. Well. No. Come on. Let me just get back outside, I guess. It's really frustrating the way that getting hit at all, it's like, it doesn't feel like it's even a consistent effect on my position and momentum. It's just whatever would be most annoying is what happens. Okay. Damn it. The one tick of fire damage that you take after you get out of the zone got me. That's really annoying. At least this time we don't have to make a stop off here, so we can... Huh. I do think that his weapon didn't really connect with me, but I also was parrying. Alright. It's a little bit of wasted health, but I'm not comfortable going into the situation with that little left over. All the way through. Okay, so they do take damage from this stuff sometimes, at least. Transmutation Furnace Data Console. Agitators in operation, 298. When the transmutation factory is operating, agitators activate the furnace core, producing intense radioactive heat waves. These target the genetic target inside the furnace, inducing the desired genetic mutations. It is not known who invented transmutation, but the GA Kingdom was the first to industrialize the process. Powerful radiation is released during heating, so lingering nearby is strongly discouraged. Now that makes sense. I could see why that would be the case. I might have been able to get up there. Was there a grappling hook? There have been grappling hooks in the other areas. And then putting a double furnace gate here makes it so difficult to just like stick your head out and check. Which is very annoying. Hi. Sir Yi, it's been a while. How fare thee? I'd prefer if you didn't get so intimate after just a few encounters. An assertion that falls short. In these inaccessible wilds, we must cherish every encounter. Besides, to tell you the truth, I am currently in a spot of trouble. Would you be willing to render assistance? With your skills, it should be a walk in the park. I shall eagerly repay the debt when the opportunity arises in the future. All right, let's hear it. There was once a bridge that connected westwards from here. However, it has now been lifted for unknown reasons. I have recently learned that my brother, whom I have been trying to find for many years, resides somewhere across that bridge. I came here in a great hurry, only to sigh in dismay. My hope is that you will be able to lower the bridge and grant me the opportunity to reunite with my brother. Well, if it's on the way, I'll consider it. Of course. I shall be grateful for anything. I shall linger herein. Please spend to your heart's content, should there be any commerce to conduct. Yeah, all my money is kind of already earmarked for things, friend. It looked like that was taking us down, actually. I was expecting it to lift us up to the upper level in that room. This is only going to be breakable from the other side. Yep. Ow. Okay, I know you guys can sometimes jump down platforms. I didn't see him hop down at all. He was just all of a sudden hitting me. It's pretty good stealth. Ow. Yep, no reflectable bits on that. Ow. No, that's not good. Getting hit by that spike really really screwed me up there. Totally reset my brain. Okay, that's a very annoying area to get hit. I wonder if dropping down here would take us directly to that underground area. Okay, it does indeed, and quite near to where I fell. A swift descent jade. This move can be used to dodge attacks. Also reduces the cooldown time for immortal dash. Interesting. Okay. Well, that was lucky. This guy has a lot of HP. That said, not terribly difficult attacks. Pretty simple pattern. Just gotta stay mobile. Yeah, actually very straightforward. There's something broken over there. It looked like maybe one of those map robots. Alright, you get it too. Charge strikes for everybody. Don't suppose this could turn the lights on in here? No such luck. Okay, so this has put me back up on the same platform I was on before. That feels like a challenging crossing. Okay, you know what? There are enough ropes strung up. I just gotta be careful. And this is another layer down, which might be a useful way to go. Yep, I thought this one looked like it had some extra business attached to it. Maybe this is where we'll learn how to get the extra height. If a Fang Shi could evade attacks in the air, they would put themselves at significantly less risk. Hey, air dash, pretty good. Not exactly the double jump I was looking for, but those didn't even read to me as dangerous. I without looking at them directly, I was just like, oh, candles. This is becoming a bottleneck. Hey, here's a question. Clumsy there. Hold on a second. Yes, okay. The bounce does refresh the dash. Wonderful. This will be useful for moving effortlessly among hordes of combatants. To fly as free as a bird across the sky. That's the appeal of this exquisite technique. Or at least it would be if I could go upward with it. Well, it's certainly going to be helpful. Although, if I'm honest, right at the moment, I don't know how many places I can think of where it's really relevant. But surely somewhere. You know, in the immediate area of where it was taught, at the very least. Oh, dear. Okay. Caught me off guard there, friend. No, up. I was a little worried that if I killed him, the saw blade might come back just like right through the space where he used to be and chop me but good. Oh. I have no idea where we are going. Ow. Not a good parry. Very messy. Okay, that goes somewhere. Let's see about this. I mean, do I want to check this out now? This is just going to wrap around to where we were before. I guess let's go see what's to the left first. But it feels like we've opened up a pretty significant new space here. A lot of directions to explore from and into. Okay, all this stuff is just turned off. And a lot of this traversal is going to be considerably more of a pain in the ass when it's turned on. We got our second skill point up. Okay, that doesn't really go anywhere. Okay. Can't ever be a shipping container in this game without something upsetting inside of it, right? Hold it. For what purpose do you journey to my humble repository? I'm here to take out the... Really, my man? This is when we're breaking this out? Mm-hmm. Your words conceal other intentions. If you could lay down your arms, perhaps we can sit down and converse. I thought Lord Yan Lao, a man of propriety, would greet me in person. Young man, there is no need to be defiant. I am aware of your plight. Your mentor, Aigong, did indeed wrong you. You are justified in your... I'm here for you, not Aigong. Ahem. Allow me to finish. As I was saying, given your suffering, your current agitation is hardly surprising. Even so, ponder this with a clear mind. Time cannot be rewound. Your relentless pursuit will only result in destruction, nothing more. Heed my advice. Sometimes one must learn to forgive and forget. You murderers want to lecture me about forgiveness? What a joke. Ahem. You must not interrupt when your elders are speaking. Why are you so incorrigible? Why show no mercy when you're already right? When you reach my age, you'll understand. Wait, what is my age again? Just hand over your seal. You're turning senile. How discourteous. Enough. I've long known that you won't heed my words. However, my good manners compel me to greet you. I do not snub etiquette. Spare a thought for the plight of all Solarians, not just yourself. A gentleman bows and adapts. There is no shame in surrender. Okay, well, one of us is pretty interested in surrender and the other one isn't, and I do feel like that is telling some significant portion of the tale right there. Okay, so that just pauses them where they are. Okay. I'd feel a lot better if that thing... Okay. I was going to say if that thing was dead already. How am I... Oh, nope, that's not bad. Gotta pay attention to which sides of these things are covered in deadly circuitry. But it's not like the other ones are... Oh, no, I was wrong. It didn't look like it was climbable because it doesn't have that same sort of like undulating surface. And I thought when I pressed against the side of one of them earlier, I wasn't able to climb it, but I guess I was just wrong about that. All right, bonus slash damage, yay. Hey there. Ah, what are you doing? No, losing chips is my greatest fear. I'll do anything. If you want my map data, I'll give you a copy for 400 Jin. Please. Oh, please have mercy. Yeah, absolutely. I don't have any idea how much we had on us, but absolutely. So that's going to take us into the upper part of this room, and then we can cross the top floor. Okay. But perhaps that is not the most pressing thing to do right now. I guess let's try to press left a little bit. It might actually end up being the case that there's not really anywhere to go to the left. Like it might just be a little bit of treasure and then a turnaround. It feels a little bit shitty that it respawned me in the path of the blade. Aren't these all images of the same eye? How would it be... How would the pupil be all the way back here in this one and still all the way forward in that one? Okay, let's see where this goes. Looks like occasionally we get one of these that we can stand on briefly. Yeah, it does feel like you need a lot to line up with these. I guess the idea is that we drop down and cling on to the left side of the ones that work. Oh. Okay, wasn't really expecting that to just completely shatter, but I guess... Okay, so we also have to watch out for the ones where the body of the thing is all busted like this. And in the case of these, the busted body ones are all of the ones that have a safe top to stand on, it seems. So... I was trying to zoom over and then grab onto the edge, but I guess the easier thing to do is this, right? Look at me, kind of having a plan, sort of having a strategy. Big dude up there. Now, I saw this move as I was coming in, I feel like, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's totally stationary. Okay, and these just punch forward in the obvious order. Ah. Okay, you get even less time than... Oh, okay, that was weird. So there is not any kind of window for crossing. Did I miss a place that I could hack these, maybe? I don't know that that would be shown on the map necessarily. It really shouldn't deal damage to you when you touch the red stuff. All that does is make this more annoying. It doesn't actually make it harder. It's like after a certain number of attempts you have to walk back, which is, again, not any particular challenge. Just a waste of your time. Hey, buddy. Okay. Good work, me. Way to respond to the thing that was happening. Okay. Well, I put myself in quite a position here. What? Okay. I'm a little cross about the fact that I just Tai Chi kicked clean through that massive dude. Now we gotta go back over there. Ah. Alright, and now we just do the same thing that we already learned how to do again, which is rarely going to present much of an interesting challenge. Wow. That's not to say I'm not going to screw it up in dumb ways sometimes. Huh. It's a strange jump. It sure feels like I did the left jump off of the hanging position the same way between this attempt and last, but I would also tell you that about all of the jumps onto the blocks that are going dramatically different ways. So I guess it's just sort of however the game feels like processing things on any given attempt. Okay. At least it remembers this. I'm having a hell of a time getting my Tai Chi kick to land on this guy. You know, why don't you come over here? Oh, does this connect us to the second set of fast travel points? It does not seem to. Okay. So it's a like a time trial enemy rush thing. That could be cool. The way the saw flies forward at one speed, hits the horizontal spot that it's going to stop at, and then just hangs there for a second before descending at all, keeps catching me off guard, even though I've now seen it, you know, however many times. Okay, does the hitbox need to reach up and around the corner like that? I think all of this red circuit stuff is way too sensitive. Is way too generous with the size of the damage area. And it does suck a little bit that like there's this challenge room and this is the run back every time you attempt it and it doesn't work out. This is the kind of thing that might make you not want to try that room very many times. Yeah, actually, let me see what's over here. So we might be able to access this from this side. Won't be able to get to the treasure. I don't know that that's going to be less annoying. In any case, let's do this thing real quick. Boy, the getting grouped up on really, really, really sucks. Oh, I was gonna... You know what? I will try going right next time I fail. If there is a next time. Wow. I tapped upward as gently as I could there. That was the littlest gas I could give it. I'm sure if I had tried to jump from where I was, it would not have worked. We would have been too low to latch onto the wall, or we would have clipped a red circuit somewhere. So yeah, it does feel like we want to ride this all the way to the side. Then we're going to have a pretty annoying little experience here. Take damage in the middle of the mid-air parry animation. It's rough stuff. Removing bodies from the fight as quickly as possible is the most important thing. Yeah, once again. Oh, you asshole. That really sucks. Yeah, I can't do that anymore. We gotta just... Please let this be the last enemy. Oh no. Please let this be the last enemy. Okay, well at least they're not... The thing's not coming down anymore, so it's not going to crush you. It's just, it gets to a point where you can't jump anymore. Also, I definitely had a couple of parries just flat out rejected there, it felt like, in the last bit with the dog. It's probably getting too tense in the parry, or in the attack animations. I'm just not actually giving myself room to parry. Okay. Alright, we should be able to just hang here until... So yeah, if you're going to put a like a challenge room in your game, one that you're hoping is interesting and difficult, might challenge the player enough that they might have to go at it more than once. You know, maybe don't put it at the other side of a run that has that much sitting and waiting in it. That's not the button I was trying to press. Wasted about half a pipe charge. But now that I know that we don't have to be quite so aggressive... that sucks. I don't know why I rolled toward him. Okay. And of course I was on the final enemy on the attempt before that, because wouldn't I have to have been? Striking enemies with a slash attack will recover some internal damage back to health. That's not bad. That's not bad. I don't think I would put it on right now. So I think we're doing some important work as far as earning access to all of our pipe upgrades. But it's powerful for sure. Ah, damn it. Right, I didn't check to see if the one I was falling toward was going to have permanence. Need to jump across to one that's not going to get smashed. You know, I've been called worse. I've been called worse by better. That felt a little generous. I'm not sure I really earned that parry. Oh, right, these ones you can't parry. Or destroy, apparently. Okay, well, I don't need to be in there, you know, if that's gonna be tricky for y'all. Ah, this doesn't actually go the other direction. Ah! I got caught in between. His attack went off like the perfect moment in between two rolls. It's kind of amazing, actually. Okay, that's a nice clean version of that. I guess there's no reason I can't hang off this side, right? Maybe this is better, given what I'm going to want to do up here now that we don't need to go back to the challenge room anymore. This just takes me right down to the... Yep, it sure does. Well, it might have been good to have stepped over here and noticed that. As it is, let's give one more attempt here to continuing forward. I know the episode's gotten pretty long, but I'm in the space now, you know? Well, that's no good. It does feel like it makes good sense to summon all the enemies up if we can't. Oh, okay. Get them all spawned in and then... Okay, alright guys. I was killed by a guy who wasn't attacking. I touched him and he was hot. I guess he was at like the very end of an attack. Okay. It probably shouldn't let you spend the pipe charge if you're at full. Don't love that. Aha. A pair of the archers together is rough. Wow, stun locked from full to dead. That's... I mean, I'm not full, but, you know, from where I was to dead. Like, I literally didn't get to move at all. Probably should not also be a thing that happens. Again, this is a thing we figured out. We had video games that work this way, and then we all decided that it was better that video games not work this way. Yeah, I'm just killing one of the archers straight up seems like a wise move. No, what? Aha! I have no idea why he turned around. Speaking of turning around, why are you allowed to turn around after so many of your attacks? Alright, I'm a little surprised there's not any kind of reward for doing that. It seems like a thing that they bait you into it like a challenge area. I don't know. I was expecting at least a little something. The Draconis Anima is a head-mounted virtual reality device from the Shang Kingdom. It simulates all 5 senses by sending signals directly to the brain. Yeah, I don't know if you should wear those. A bad history with those. Living beings have a bad history. Ugh, come on. Okay. I don't know if I think that... What was the point of that? Oh. Well, that's interesting. Hey, guess what? Fuck you. Take Take that. Okay, so I guess maybe the idea was then you come down here with this thing and you kill the enemies with the giant robot, and it's very satisfying, and now I've made it so it's not really necessary to do. Yeah, that is in fact exactly what's going on. Well, that's a shame. Okay, pressing the right click button, like, it brings up your shield, but it doesn't seem to actually have any effect. I don't know that this thing can be damaged anyway, so it might all just be kind of for effect. Anyway, eject. Putting my grubby hands all over the machinery indeed. Welcome to the warehouse database. Inventory status, good. System update, Ape Men material batch 267 has arrived at the transmutation factory. Hexachrome vault records, encrypted and cannot be viewed. This fully automated logistics network was developed using a patent from one of Yan Lao's ancestors. The levitating crates are stacked to maximize space efficiency. The system automatically transports required materials to each area and replenishes them regularly while also collecting and recycling waste materials. Seems pretty efficient and also very gross. Alright, does it look like there's any other stuff that we missed here? No, not really. So I guess let's drop inside a container here and see where this line takes us. Oh good, some time to reflect. This is always healthy for ye. How are you doing, dear brother? Today, the last store in town closed its doors. Life has become a lot more inconvenient. But don't worry, I've been managing. I scrubbed clean the big jar in the backyard and pickled a bunch of vegetables. The jars seemed massive in my memory, enough to fit the both of us. Now they look so small in comparison. Yi? You're in here, right? You can't hide from me. This is him having jammed himself in a jar and buried it. I mean, those are some pretty big jars. Ew, it smells like pickled veggies in here. Keep it down or Mom and Dad'll find us. It's okay. Mom's looking for you way over in the other courtyard. What are you reading? I want to read it too. Go away. This is a book about talismans. There's nothing fun about it. Hey, you're reading these again? Mom's gonna get real mad if she finds you. Dad says science makes people violent. Reading these books will make us... Why else do you think I'm hiding in this pickling jar? Don't believe that nonsense. Ignorant country folk can only understand the world through their prejudices. Science is simply a tool. Whether it's good or evil rests with the user and how they use it. Okay. I don't get science, but I know you'll definitely do no wrong. I've been telling Mom and Dad that you're only being rebellious because you want to prove that you're worthy. Oh, that's not the case, silly. I don't have to prove anything. Once I succeed and excel, they'll see how wrong they were. Can we go outside, Yi? Dad wants to take us to the seaside. They didn't mean it. I'm sure they just wanted you to come out so we could play together. I'm not interested. You go have fun on your own. I knew you'd say that. Fine. Then I'll just stay right here. Can you read it to me? How do you pronounce that?
I'll...
Oh, you're squishing me. She's sweet in a way that you would definitely never notice if you were Yi in that situation. I'm sealing the jars now. Over the winter, they'll ferment and be ready to eat next year. I don't know if I'll get to taste them myself, but this year's greens were so lush. I pickled the best ones. If you ever come back, just whip up a steaming pot of rice, and we'll have a feast ready. Okay, I presume this is going to be a new area, right? Where am I? Indeed, the inner warehouse. Well, there's got to be a node pretty close by, I would think. Looks like we're going to be seeing a lot of shielded enemies. The good news is the strike that breaks the shield also, does damage as a real strike. I wonder if breaking that would have knocked the shields off of the nearby enemies. It might be the case that the little pylon was responsible for all of it. Okay, giant frog things. I really would love a node. I really would love to connect to something. Seems like we're out of luck, though, for the moment. Warning, the elevator system is currently low on power. Please turn on the power supply on both sides before boarding. Okay, here we go. And I think with this, obviously, we are going to have to call it for today. I should have done so long ago, but I got pulled into things. Listen, the game's compelling. Also, frustrating, annoying in ways that it doesn't need to be, but the good parts are compelling. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, I sense that we're getting close to another seal. And we'll see you then.